think I'm live, but I have a new camera. Like, and I have a bunch of new things. Like I said, I haven't been on this in a while, so I just want to test everything out first. I guess on this first renewal of my Raw reviews. I'm not even sure what I'm calling it, but like I know that I'm trying to make sure everything's working like it used to. If you're in the chat, please let me know if everything's working like it used to, because I can't tell. I also put my camera over here, which is weird for me. I usually have it over here, but the height thing, I mean, it's a rough, resurgence back into this thing, but I'm back. I'm gonna start doing this weekly again. Actually, I'm gonna do this for SmackDown and Raw now, since SmackDown is a big deal. But I just can't tell if everything is up to snuff. I don't remember a lot of these features the way that I used to. So if you're in here, just comment below or in the chat and let me know if I have everything correct. If everything looks smooth for you guys. Might not. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. View on. I'm guessing this is it right here, right? Yeah, I guess this is it. Let's try this. I'm gonna try to. Man, I don't remember how I used to share this thing. I should have had a rough, like a trial run first. But hey, fuck it, right? Should have probably scheduled this. It would have been a lot better. But fuck it. We'll just first episode. We'll do better for SmackDown. But I want to make sure everything looks good. I mean, let me just see. But fuck it. All right. I mean, I hear myself. I'm hoping that means you guys hear me. I'm hoping I'm not low. I've got a bunch of new stuff to like get the static away that I used to have in the past. Different webcam, a lot better webcam. Well, not a lot better, but better. It's not the best it could be, but it's pretty good. Hopefully you're still here. I haven't like lost anybody. What I'll do from now on though is I'll share. Maybe I'll create a new. I'll schedule it next time. That'll be better. Next time I'll schedule it. Way beyond like before this. That way, it comes off as its own individual episode. Because when you do it like through the Google, like the YouTube thing, it always talks about what I had before. Like it always has the previous show that I recorded. And if you guys have been on this channel still and you guys are still here, you guys know that I haven't been on this damn thing and I haven't really uploaded in so long. And the last thing I uploaded wrestling wise was like No Mercy. When I had left and I did the whole move. Not a move, but they were remodeling my kitchen and my living room, or not my living room, my dining room, and had to be out for like a month, for like a couple weeks. They put us in like a different apartment and stuff. So that's why the last review you guys see for No Mercy, I think it's No Mercy, which was like 5-6 months ago. You guys see that I'm like in a whole different room. But like I said, I'm back. I'm testing it here. I'm learning that like next time I'm going to do a proper schedule, not a whatever the fuck this YouTube live thing is over here. I'm gonna do a proper schedule, and I gotta figure out the camera because my better monitor's over here, and I keep wanting to look over here because it's just better. But I've got my chat on this side. I've got the WWE thing, so you guys can see this thing scrolling up and down over here in the corner. You guys can see it in the corner over here. I got this new. I got everything a little bit differently set up. I mean, hopefully you guys like it. I mean, I'm not even sure that that's the word reaction, right? Like I said, I've been wanting to do this for the past couple weeks. Actually, I've been wanting to do it for a while, for like a month or so. But I decided to wait till WrestleMania. But then the whole shakeup thing was gonna happen, so I was like, all right, let's wait till the shakeup. Then the shakeup did happen. Instead of doing it on the shakeup, because the shakeup wasn't really a show, like it was like more like, oh, surprises and random shit. I decided to just wait it out until this week, because now we know where everybody's gonna be, and now we can get the proper stories going forward. So if you guys are new to this, which I wouldn't be surprised, because most people are gonna be either new to this or come back and be like, damn dude, what the fuck happened? I usually recap the show in a live format. The chat's right there for you guys, so whatever you guys write in the chat, it'll show up. You guys can write a bunch of curse words, whatever you want. It'll be fucked up, but it'll be there. YouTube will probably demonetize this and do their whole shebang because I'm coming back at a bad time for wrestling, guys. It's a horrible time for wrestling on YouTube, apparently. Everybody's getting demonetized and a bunch of bad shit's happening, but what can you do? But like I said, tomorrow I'll do a better one for SmackDown. It'll be blue and a bit different, but I'll do a better one for SmackDown where I'll schedule it ahead of time and it won't have this whole weird process and all this other stuff. But I'm back. I wish this was like a better episode because, like, you know, I wanted to come back like a really great episode. Be like, yes, it's amazing. I came back and Raw was off the fucking chain. It was the best thing ever. But in all honesty, Raw was just kind of, man, Raw was just kind of okay, I guess. I don't know. Was it even okay? So just because I haven't been doing this doesn't mean I haven't been watching. I've been watching nonstop, like wrestling. Like I've watched all of it, like since No Mercy. I've been watching it. I'm still watching it. Raw's has a lot of ups or a lot of downs. A couple ups in there. SmackDown was pretty good for a while. Everything with AJ was amazing. And then we had the WrestleMania, and WrestleMania was all right. It wasn't great. It was a better WrestleMania than last year and the year before that for me. That final match was brutal though. But there was a lot of good things at WrestleMania, and I don't know. This is why I decided I'm coming back. I'm trying to come back to this channel like hardcore, not hardcore. I'm trying to come back to this channel, trying to get you guys back with the Raw review, back with or do some SmackDown reviews. If it goes well, I'll do a 205 and NXT review because NXT is all changing up. I don't know if you guys watch NXT, but that shit is changing, and it's changing. I want to say for the good. It looks pretty cool. The new logo, the new song. The new songs are hard to get used to, but they're changing and they're trying to do things. And so if this goes well, I'll do that, and I will also be doing the news review, the news like dirt sheet thing that I used to do, which will probably be up on Fridays during the day, not at nights because on Fridays I don't want to do this at night. But during the day I'll probably try to do like that. And I'm also gonna try to do some get back into movie reviews and something with movies. Top 10 videos will be coming back, but like I said, YouTube's doing a bunch of changing, and there are a bunch of things happening with YouTube. So that certain videos, top 10s do take a while to do. So you know, I don't just like doing basic top 10s. I don't like copy pasting top 10s. I like writing my own top 10s. I like doing a lot of things like that. And if everything goes smoothly and I get on a good schedule, I will possibly see how things are going. Maybe create like a small Patreon just to get better things, to get a better, like, work towards getting a better computer. I have a pretty good webcam that I just got, and I got a pretty good microphone. So it'll be mostly towards getting a better PC, which will help me process things better, and things like that. But, you know, like I said, that's way down the line. Let's see how it goes when I come back. I'm hoping that this becomes a lot more interactive, where you guys chat with me, you guys talk with me, you guys just ask me questions, things like that. It's been about 10 minutes of me talking about nothing, really. But let's get into Raw. All right, so this is the review, reaction, results, recap for Monday Night Raw, April 17th, 2017. Is that the right date? Yes, it is. The correct date. So after last week's brutal beatdown, glorious beatdown by Braun Strowman on Roman Reigns, I'm talking about, it was amazing, guys. Like, last week's thing was the greatest thing I ever saw in my life. When I was watching it, I was laughing and like cheering. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I was worried today that Roman was going to show up. Luckily, he did not show up, so that's awesome. But he showed up at a house show and actually destroyed Braun Strowman, so that was funny. I was like, oh, look, he's not selling his injury. He put Braun Strowman through a table. But so today, Braun Strowman comes out, does this whole thing about he's like the big dog, he's the destroyer, he's the beast. You know, he beat up Roman Reigns so bad that he's not going to be on the show today, and everybody cheered, and it was amazing. Then came Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle confronted Braun, saying that Braun should be suspended, but that Braun is gonna not have a match. Is gonna be he wants him out of the arena. All these beautiful things that Braun said. If he doesn't get some proper competition, he is going to do some very bad things to something. He's just gonna do bad things. And throughout the night, we see Braun Strowman beat up a lot of people. He beat up Golden Truth, or the Golden Truth and R-Truth and Goldust. He beat them up pretty badly. And then so Kalisto came over from SmackDown in the shakeup. And poor Kalisto, because he got thrown in the trash. He got dragged through a hallway. It looked like Braun Strowman was going to kidnap him, which is very weird. But he ended up throwing him in the trash. And it's kind of a metaphor for Kalisto's career right now in WWE. He's not doing much. He came over to Raw, obviously, to put him in the Cruiserweight division because, my God, he does nothing on any show. They don't know how to work with him, which is weird because he actually isn't a horrible talker, so it's very weird that they don't do nothing with him. But, I don't know. It was just funny. You just see him get tossed in the fucking trash. Like, how does it go back? You're in the backstage and the writers are telling you that. How do you, like, not get completely pissed off? Like, you're going to go in the trash, Kalisto. Braun Strowman's going to throw you in the trash like you don't matter. What a fucked up story. I would hate to be Kalisto right now. I mean, he's getting paid. I would hate to be him, but my God. Your career is just... Man, I have to do something with you. All right, next we had for the first actual match of the night was Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho with Seth Rollins on commentary. Seth Rollins comes out, he's on commentary. He's talking about that he accomplished what he wanted to do with Triple H, and his next goal is Samoa Joe. Proper. They announced before the show that at Payback it's Samoa Joe versus Seth, which is what we expected. Let's all pray to God that Seth makes it through that pay-per-view. And this match with Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe, it was fine. I mean, it was an alright match. It wasn't horrible. It was just fine. I mean, it didn't really add anything to the story. It was more of a gateway for Seth and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, after he beats Jericho, he gets on the mic. He talks a bit of trash. Samoa Joe's amazing on the mic. One of the best heels on Raw, obviously, when it comes on the mic, because there aren't any heels on Raw besides Braun and Samoa Joe, I think, when it comes to the singles. I mean, actually... Yeah, guys that actually matter. So yep, that happens. That sets that up. Let's see what happens next. All right, so Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson defeat Enzo, Amore, and Big Cass. I'll be honest with you guys. It bummed me out when I saw that Dash Wilder got hurt. Like, it bummed me out hard. I was like, damn, because supposedly he's out till summertime. Like, I was like, well, there goes this fucking tag division. This tag division that's already boring as fuck is going to be, it's done. I mean, it's done. Like, there's nothing entertaining happening on the tag division. Last week, it seemed like Enzo and Cass were going to fucking SmackDown because the way they lost. But that got all shaken up because they didn't go anywhere. They just lost clean and that was it. I'm thinking Vince changed his mind. You got the Hardy Boys, and that's amazing. Like, when they showed up, that was fucking the greatest moment for me, I think. So it's fucking forever when it comes to wrestling. When they showed up, it was amazing. And then you got Cesaro and Sheamus over there doing their thing, and they're great. I mean, they're way better than anybody expected them to be. They're actually one of the best acts going on the tag division in Raw. I mean, they probably are the best act because Gallows and Anderson are doing nothing. They're ruining them. Cass and Big Cass and Enzo, they're getting to the point where people are still doing their gimmick, but they're no threat. And the Revival is really going to shake things up. And the fact that Dash Wilder is hurt sucks so bad. Like, he got hurt at a house show. A house show in, what was his house show? It was a house show for NXT. It was like their farewell. He broke his jaw. I was like, damn, like, that sucks. So yeah, Enzo and Cass lose. Karl Anderson, I mean, they're gonna have to bring them back in now. I mean, I was assuming the Revival was gonna get the push, but now they're gonna have to push the Good Brothers or the Wannabe Club or whatever. With Finn Balor there and Finn Balor not having anything to do, they should have Finn Balor come in and like have him be the leader. Finn Balor, the rumor is that Vince is gonna shit on him anyway, and because of his injury proneness, whatever the hell. So, fuck it. Let's just have him go and be the leader of the club. Let's have him be that because they're not doing anything with them anyway, so fuck it. Because I don't know. I mean, the Hardys are kind of floundering there. They're not. They keep winning their matches, and the fans love seeing them. But if we're being honest, it's not the Broken Hardys. They haven't had any real talking on any of the shows. They've been on like Raw Talk or something talking, and that's all fine. But I don't know. I was disappointed in what they're doing with the Hardys right now. I mean, it's really early. It's only been like 2-3 weeks, but I'm disappointed at what they're doing so far. This whole dynamic with Cesaro and Sheamus, and how neither one of them is neither team is really a bad guy. I'm cool with that. Something happened later on that I guess we'll get to in a bit. That I like that. I think it shows that you can have two faces fight each other and have two heels fight each other, and it makes sense because apparently WWE thinks that every match has to have a bad guy and a good guy. You can't mix it up a bit. So after that, Enzo, Amore, Big Cass, Good Brothers match. We had the Miz TV. So the Miz was one of the best things on SmackDown. He helped AJ carry SmackDown for like the mid card division. He held his own. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the Miz until this year, but this year the Miz did work and he held it really well. And I loved what he was doing with the John Cena thing. I thought it was hilarious. And now the Miz is over on Raw, and so is Dean Ambrose. And since there are no heels on Raw, like there are no heels, what we're gonna see on Raw is the Miz versus Dean Ambrose again. So yeah, this is why the draft was confusing to me, because people moved to places and then they didn't do things with other people, and like you could have brought Luke Harper over here. You could have saw Luke Harper versus Dean. I mean, you could have done things, because now we're going to see the Miz versus Dean Ambrose, and that's just not fun. Like, it's not fun. Like, if Renee Young was there with Dean Ambrose, that could have been kind of fun, a little bit. But Miz versus Dean Ambrose isn't fun. And that's what we're going to see. We're going to see that going forward, and I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I like Dean. I really do. But Dean is not a good champion. I mean, when he has that belt and he's not going after it, he is a very boring ass champion. And he's being a boring champion right now. He's funny, but he's like that clueless, dumb champion that, I don't know. They got to do something with him. And this whole little thing that they're doing with The Miz, that whole segment was fine. It wasn't bad, but it's The Miz versus Dean Ambrose again. Like, the whole part of the shakeup I thought was to mix things up. And instead, you brought Dean Ambrose over here to go against Miz, who he could have fought on SmackDown. I don't know. Missed opportunity to me. I'm trying to think of what bad guys are on Raw that matter. What bad guys? Can you guys think of anything? I mean, Braun's up in the title picture, so it would have made sense for him to go against Dean. Samoa Joe's got his feud with Seth. Curt Hawkins is a fucking joke, which is kind of sad. Apollo's not a bad guy. Titus is a bad guy, and they did something with Titus and Apollo today that was weird, because Apollo's that very, I'm just happy to be here, guys. I'm just happy to be here, guy. And I guess Titus is gonna rebrand him, like Titus brand him or something. So, I mean, I like Titus. He's funny, but Titus should be a better bad guy. Like, they should do something with Titus, and they're not doing anything with him. That's kind of shit, guys. So yeah, I don't know. Miz versus Dean, because like what they're doing with the U.S. belt, the U.S. title fucking matters over there. This does not matter over here. And we're obviously not going to see the main belt for a fucking while. So the fact that this is our main feud is kind of upset. Because we're not seeing the main belt defended at Payback. Instead, we're going to be seeing we're seeing all the other belts defended at Payback. We're not that one. So I don't know. I think Steven Larson brought up something interesting that I saw that they talked about. What if Bray wins and he keeps the title on Raw, and then SmackDown brings back another title or creates a new title, and that Brock is more like the bigger champion. He could defend it on any brand. And I thought that was really interesting. Like, if Brock is like the head of the head of everything, like, and he's like the main champion, he can defend it against anybody. That can allow for some interesting stories if you could defend it against anybody. And then you have Bray, the champion, on Raw, and then you create like a world heavyweight champ. Like bring back the world heavyweight. Is it the world heavyweight? You bring back the other championship, the WCW one, and put it on SmackDown. I don't know. That could be make things interesting, and Bray can have the belt, which is all I want. Because I mean, if they want to do Bray wins and comes back to Raw, that'd be fucking amazing. Bray goes to SmackDown. I mean, and Randy goes to Raw. I love that. I would love that, but that would still leave Raw with even less bad guys. So I don't know. There's a couple things they could do. Who the fuck knows what they're gonna do? But there's a couple things they could do. Next we had the cruiserweight match of the night, and it was actually a pretty good cruiserweight match. It was CJ Perkins versus Jack Gallagher, and it was a really fun match. I really enjoyed it. Neville and Austin Aries were on the sidelines, like they were watching the match. TJ Perkins being the prodigy of Neville right now. It's interesting. I'm not gonna say it's good, but it's interesting. He is like, I think it's gonna get to the point where he's going to annoy Neville, because he's like doing his whole little happy, like his whole dabbing and his whole thing, and he always looks at Neville like, did I do good? Did I do good? And Neville helped him win today, and Gallagher I think brung out the umbrella at one point, which is pretty funny. But I think I like TJ as a kind of bad guy. I don't know yet though. Like I don't know. I think I do. Because the problem is Neville and Aries are there, and Gallagher, and those are all three guys that I really like. So I don't know if they're rubbing off, and I'm like, well, since they were there, TJ Perkins looks better than he actually did, because he's a good in-ring guy. But I'm not sure. I don't love his finisher. His finisher tonight was like not very great. That overhead kick thing that he did. But I enjoyed the match. I thought it was fun. Austin Aries or TJ pushed Gallagher into Aries. Aries got mad, got on the apron. Neville took the legs off from under him, and I actually thought Aries got hurt, but he didn't. He looked like he bounced back okay, but I thought he was gonna get hurt the way he landed. But that was fun. I really enjoyed this match, and I'm looking forward to 205 Live. I mean, 205 Live has actually been pretty decent these past like 3 weeks. Or actually since Aries has been back, 205 Live has been really good. So this is my problem with like what they do at 205 Live, right? They need to start putting some of the 205 Live matches, like those amazing matches that they have on 205 Live. They should just pick one out. They should only have one match from the cruiserweights on Raw. They should pick out the best match that the writers have planned, put that one on Raw, and people will fall in love with the characters through that match. And that's how they make their way to 205 Live. Because right now 205 Live is floundering. It's not doing good. It's actually probably gonna get canceled, or they're gonna do something different with it. But I think that they can save it. They gotta try some things. The changing of the ropes is stupid. They gotta stop that. Because this match was actually pretty good, and this match, I'm not sure if it got people interested in watching 205 Live, but I know that I'm excited to watch 205 Live, because they're probably gonna do a tag match between the Neville, Perkins, Gallagher, and Aries, and that should be a lot of fun. That should be a lot of fun. After we had that match, we had actually I think the best match of the night. Actually, we had the women's match, Fatal 4-Way. I actually like the way that they're booking Nia Jax. I like when Nia Jax is booked very strong, but she doesn't talk. She can't talk. She needs to change her song. Her song is awful for her. But I like how every woman has to go after her individually, and that's a really good setup. I like Alexa Bliss in this match. I liked Nia Jax in this match. I liked Sasha Banks in this match. Even Mickie James. And I think the crowd really got into it. I was surprised not to hear that this is awesome chance, because this match is actually really good. There wasn't like a Charlotte doing a backflip or a corkscrew moonsault or anything like that. But it was a really good match. It was set up really well, and the right person won. So like all the women attacked Nia throughout the match, and every once in a while you got to a one-on-one in the ring. And then towards the end, Sasha had Mickie James on the apron, and she was gonna do something like a move on her, but out of nowhere, Nia grabbed Sasha, looked at Mickie James, used Sasha like a fucking battering ram to knock Mickie James out of the ring. Did her finisher, which is like essentially a Samoan drop, I think is her finisher. It looked like a Samoan drop. And when that happened, Alexa Bliss, this is where you have to kind of be like, well, I don't know how Alexa Bliss actually did this, but Alexa Bliss drop kicked Nia Jax out of the ring. I know it's hard to believe, but she did. And she pinned Sasha Banks. And yeah, as hard as that is to believe, it was the proper story told there, and it was the proper winner in Alexa Bliss, because throughout the match, Alexa Bliss was like really intense, and she told Sasha at one point, "This is my division now," and I thought that was fucking amazing. Like, Alexa Bliss is the fucking truth. Like, she's amazing. Like, she's so good. Like, when we used to watch her on NXT, I always thought she was pretty good, and I always thought she was like gorgeous, but I didn't expect this. And the fact that she's fucking brilliant. Like, as a heel, it's Charlotte, and then her. It's that good. Like, she's so good. So I was super excited. I was super happy with this match. I really love the way that it turned out. I really much enjoyed the outcome. I like that she got out of there and ran right out of the match. And we're gonna see payback. I'm assuming we'll see Alexa Bliss versus Bayley, which should be a really good match because the two have chemistry from when they were at NXT. I don't know who wins that, honestly. I actually have no idea who wins that, but hopefully it'll be a great match, which I'm expecting it to be. Maybe Nia, Sasha, and Mickie can have a triple threat to determine the new #1 contender or something. I'm not sure, because this was a really good match, and they can do some things with this. After that, we had Finn Balor come out, which the beginning of his song sounded different, felt very different. Like, it took longer to get into the actual beat. But he just came out, destroyed Curt Hawkins in like 5 minutes. Curt Hawkins did what he does. He talked trash, and then he jobbed. So yeah, there you go. That was that match. We got to see a one-on-one match between Cesaro and Jeff Hardy. This match was actually pretty good. I enjoyed this match. I'm actually liking what Matt's doing. They're not letting them be broken, and that's probably why they're not letting Matt talk. But he's like going in and out of his accent. He's like doing the delete thing, but then also doing the Hardy thing. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's like almost like he's trying to do it, but he's like hesitant, like as a character, and also probably as WWE telling him don't do it. But this match was really good. Jeff Hardy still got it pretty close to how he used to. I mean, not really, but kind of. Cesaro was able to put on a great match. I knew that Cesaro was going to end up winning. Cesaro was going to end up losing because they're not going to have Jeff Hardy to lose in his first match. Supposedly, the rumors are Vince has big plans for Jeff after their little title run here as a tag team. I'm assuming that maybe at the next shakeup, they break them up, split them up, and put them on different shows. But it was a good match. It was a lot of fun. There was some swings. Cesaro did his thing. And then at the end of the match, the Hardys and Cesaro and Sheamus ended up shaking hands. So as we see here, two good guys. Now, when the Hardys beat them at Payback, do Cesaro and Sheamus turn bad? Do they turn heel? Maybe. I don't know. They might turn heel though. But I really enjoyed the match. I thought it was really good, and it did what it had to do. It was just a filler match. Showed off that Jeff Hardy gets to do it. Jeff Hardy's new twist of fate. It's like a twist of fate stunner, and I fucking love it. Like, I love his new finisher, and I don't know if that's people just the first guy did it wrong and people are just doing it wrong but it's turning into a twist of fate stunner, and it's fucking brilliant and amazing. I love it. I love it. Cesaro sold the fucking hell out of it, and it was really good. So I'm not sure if that's what his new finish is gonna be, but I love the way it went. All right, so now we get to the end of the night. Now, Big Show versus Braun Strowman stole the show a few months ago. It was a really great match. And the way that this match happened was, of course, Braun Strowman's in the back. He's bullying everybody. He threw Kalisto in the trash, which I still think is fucking hilarious. And when he did that, Big Show came out of nowhere, and Big Show got involved. And Big Show shoved the shit out of him, like out of nowhere. He just fucking like bum rushed him into like a wall. It was amazing. And they just kind of looked at each other. And Big Show, I think, said something, but I can't remember. But that set up their match. And I got excited. I was like, oh shit, this is actually a really good main event because it's Big Show versus Braun Strowman. This is going to be a good main event. And I actually got excited. But then I started thinking, shit. Roman's going to show up at the end and fuck over the match. That's what I kept thinking throughout the entire match. I was like, fuck. When's Roman coming out? Whatever. Like, the two put on a great match, doing back and forth. They made Big Show look really strong. So, Big Show's a good guy. But you want to know what I do? Like, if I'm WWE, like me booking this, I have The Miz beat Dean Ambrose for the belt, and then Big Show get into a feud with The Miz for that IC title. Like the Big Show showed, he was really good tonight. Like he was really good against Braun Strowman. I still hate his finisher of a punch. I still think it's garbage, but he really did work, and like I really think Big Show should be rewarded. I mean, if you guys haven't heard the rumors about him being pissed off because of the fact that he didn't get his actual real proper match at WrestleMania with him and Braun in the ring and that battle royal. He got robbed at that moment. I think Big Show should get a run with the IC belt, a small run. I don't know who takes it off because there's no fucking villains, but maybe once Seth moves up to like go after like the big belt, we have Samoa Joe go after Big Show or something. I don't know, but Big Show should get a run with the IC belt, just a small run, like like get it on the Miz after during the Dean Ambrose thing, and then get it on Big Show after that. Big Show deserves it. Like he's really good. He did really good work. They kept saying he's in the best shape of his career. And this match was really good. It was really fun. The crowd was into it. The crowd was chanting, "Let's go Strowman, let's go Big Show." The crowd was into it. And these are just two big men beating up the hell out of each other. But the big story is going to be that Braun Strowman and the Big Show broke the ring. They did the Brock Lesnar Big Show thing from 15 years ago or whatever. They were gonna they've been teasing doing something like this for a while. In their first match, everybody was waiting for it. But I think that they did it right here. If Braun Strowman looked like a fucking monster, and he's trying to prove, like, in the fact, and they wanted to make Big Show look like a monster, and this match made Big Show look really good, made Braun Strowman look really good, and the fact that Braun Strowman, Big Show had to lose to being slammed with the ring breaking, and for Braun Strowman to be able to do that makes him look really strong. But the fact that he stood up, like he got up and he just stood there after he did it. That's like a fucking player big move. Too fucking bad he's gonna lose that and payback when it happens in like 2 weeks. But nonetheless, he looked really good here, and I was really happy with the way that this match ended. So I don't know. I think Raw was like a 6 today. I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna say it's above average, but just barely above average. The Braun Strowman Big Show match was really good. The Cruiserweight match was really fun. The Jeff Hardy match was alright. And the women's match was really fun. So I think that's enough to make it go above average. But Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass, garbage, pointless. They didn't do anything setting up anything really. Finn versus Curt Hawkins, with the rumors that Vince doesn't want to push Finn anymore because he's injury prone. That sucks. The fact that there's no bad guys leaves Finn kind of just floating there because there's nobody from the fight, and that's a problem that Raw already has right now. But yeah, the Dean and the Miz thing was boring. And Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho was kind of just a passover match for no real reason, really, just to set up Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. So I think overall it was about a 6, maybe 6.5. I'd give the show. I enjoyed it for what it was. It didn't drag. I mean, it dragged at parts, but not throughout the entire show. So I thought it was alright. I mean, I didn't hate the show. I mean, let me know in the comments or in the chat if you guys enjoyed the show. What did you guys think of it? Sorry for like this rough thing right here. But I set things up. I was setting things up, but I forgot to like that when I don't schedule this thing in a different manner, it does this weird thing. But I'm back, guys. Hopefully you guys are happy to see me, and I'm gonna be talking wrestling. Let me know if you guys would be cool if I did like a movie show also, like a movie, like maybe 2 times a week. I talk about what's happening in the world of geek, beyond wrestling, like a very much a live show as well. But like I just like talking. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm a bit rough around the edges. But after this thing gets compressed and put on YouTube, I'm gonna rewatch it, see what things I can fix. I didn't do music this time, which usually I have music playing in the background, but I wanted to see and test out how the microphone sounds with like my new setup with it, to see if it's still staticky, and just to get a better understanding of that. If everything looks good tomorrow, I'll put like a little bit of music in the background, and we'll hang out, we'll talk. Same old setup, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. We didn't have a lot of people. We didn't have much people in the chat. We had like about 4 to 5 concurrent viewers, maybe around 3. But I appreciate that because the fact that this channel's been dead for so long. But I'm gonna pump some life back into it. Get some top 10s. Give me some ideas for some top 10s. I have a couple, but give me some ideas for top 10s. They don't have to be wrestling related. They can be anything related. I have a ton of ideas when it comes to that. But I got to figure out the new algorithm when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to we will fuck you over if you do things a certain way. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. And thanks for watching. I really, really enjoy being back. And I can't wait to be back tomorrow to talk SmackDown because that's the A show. Peace. Wait, I'm over here. The camera is just weird for me. See you guys.